Hey there, I'm Seb from SCREECHHOUSE, and in this new video you will get one guaranteed trick to mix your EDM lead successfully. And it's much easier than you might think. Coming up right now. The biggest mixing problem most people have is the ability to mix a lead properly. If that's you always end up with a mix where the lead gets overpowered by the kick or vice versa, or even worse, the lead gets totally smushed. Though, in your efforts to make it work, you may try to enhance the volume of the lead, yet it only seems to make things worse. Inevitably, the mix always ends up being too muddy and out of balance, so how the heck can you fix this? Today, we will discover exactly what the problem is and how to fix that. So, take a seat and make sure to watch until the end, as you don't want to miss any important tips coming up. First, you must identify where the problem comes from. You see, an EDM lead is usually quite fat. It has a bunch of harmonics, aka musical frequencies, especially when you play chords. Now, if you want to learn more about chords and harmonics, just get the well-received Ultimate Melody Guide. The link will be in the description below. You just click it and you can start immediately. Now, the problem arises though when you throw the lead into your mix where it meets other instruments. Just like the lead, these instruments also fight for attention and need to have the space to do so. So these different instruments may clash and work against each other, of course, resulting in a bad mix. Now, when we talk about the mix in EDM, the biggest so-called headroom eater is the kick. This is due to the nature of its purpose, which is filling out the lower frequencies in the spectrum. The lower frequencies are very crucial. It's like too little and your mix sounds weak, too many and your mix is ruined basically. So ultimately it's your job to mix the lead in a way that it allows the kick to excel, else these two will simply always clash. So let's find out how to fix that. But before we do that, click the subscribe button and notification bell below this video right now. This ensures you don't miss rare EDM production content like this, so go ahead and click it to stay up to date. Now, in order to fix the lead's mixing problem, you first have to make sure you are using a high quality kick drum with a tight sub bass. Else, no matter how good your mixing skills are, it's practically impossible to get it to sound right. If you don't have high quality kick samples yet, don't worry, you can start by downloading my free Hardstyle sample pack. Just click the link in the description below after watching this video. Once your kick is powerful, tight and of good quality, naturally it will be much easier to get a nice mix. That's already a big plus, but now you have to make room for the kick so that it can actually breathe. Because if you don't, your song will still end up being too muddy and you find yourself having to sacrifice the lead or the kick being pushed towards the background. The way to fix this is really simple, and I mean really simple. All you need to do to make room for the kick to breathe is filter out the lower frequencies of your lead when they play together in your mix. And the easiest way to do that is by using an equalizer. Simply send your lead to a free mixer track and add an equalizer to one of the available slots. Then use the equalizer to shape the frequency balance of the lead. Well, in this case, we want to remove the lower frequencies from the lead. Let me show you how to do that. Obviously, you can do that in many different ways, and it always depends on how it sounds together with the kick. So the best way is to use a low cut or high pass band on the equalizer and change the cutoff frequency while listening to your mix. Usually, but depending on the EDM genre, I found the best result somewhere between 130 and 180 Hz. You can use it as a guideline, but don't see it as a cut in stone rule, because it's not. Furthermore, you may also want to play around with the steepness of the band, whereby the steepness dictates the gradualness, is that even a word, of the frequencies being cut out. So for me personally, I found a default 12 decibel slope working really well, but it depends a little bit on the type of lead and mix. So if you apply all that, it goes something like this. By doing all this, you may ask, but Seb, if I cut out the lower frequencies from my lead, it starts to sound a bit weaker in the break of my song. What about that? Well, the answer is also really simple here. Just add a bass type of sound underneath your lead. This will automatically fill up the bass spectrum, but when the kick starts, stop playing the bass layer as the lower frequencies in the kick will take over. And that's basically all there is to it. Now, if you're curious about making a fat EDM lead yourself, simply get the Supersaw FL Studio instruction guide. This is a special booklet I've written to give you a quick step-by-step tool to create your own fat Supersaw lead in FL Studio. I'll put a link in the description below, just click it to start now. So to recap, by cutting away the lower frequencies, the lead opens up. And this allows the kick to punch through, if you will, but it also enables the lead to fall over the kick nicely without them crushing each other. So consequently, you may also want to use this strategy with other instruments in your mix. However, always use your ears and judge it based on how it sounds. Of course, there are many more mixing tricks you need to know, but for now, give this one a shot first and let's see how that works out for you. If you have a suggestion for the next video, go to the comment section and just leave me your idea. And just as this video topic was suggested by one of my subscribers. Of course, that is if you are subscribed. So if you are not, click the subscribe button right now and also smash the bell icon next to it. This way you don't miss any unique strategies I'm planning to share in future videos. And before you go, don't forget to download my free sample pack in the description below. And I'll see you in the next video.